Yeah, hey, what's going on, everybody? Just wanted to prep and say that this video, the talk, is really coming from a place of what kind of comes before any work starts, and so it's really inspired by the question that I think a lot of people find daunting and hard to ask, which is like, is this project a good fit? Is this client a good fit? Can we do this? And so, whether it's corporate or private, so that's where it's coming from. So I hope y'all enjoy.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Drew Wilson. I am a creative UX specialist for an agency called SoCal here in Raleigh, North Carolina. My presentation is going to be on preparing for a better UX discovery session. So we're mainly concerned with what happens pre any research, really, just kind of setting up, figuring out if the client, the project, the job is a good fit for you as either a freelancer or as a company or agency. So we're going to dive into it right now. I definitely want to give credit where credit is due, and that is thanks to The Futur. I owe a lot of my own success, both personally and at the business level, to The Futur and Chris Do. So definitely go check them out. You can find them on YouTube. You can find them on Instagram, wherever. Check out the website. So the three main questions that I want to set up the stage with would be, do you start with discovery, which I feel like most people are going to be starting with discovery, but are you leading the discovery? So are you the person that's in charge? Are you actually leading the discovery in the right direction? And then are you actually charging from minute one for the discovery session? So I'm more concerned with you getting paid for your knowledge and your ideas, right? So from square one, we want to make sure that we have everything set up so that you are leading the discovery and you are actually getting charged for your work, for your creative thinking. So I think that projects are well planned when the discovery is well organized. If we don't have the right amount of data, the right amount of knowledge for the project, there's no way to plan around it. Sometimes discovery can take 2 to 3 weeks, could take 2 to 3 months, but you have to have all of the knowledge necessary so that you can plan out the project well. So that would be one reason that you or your team needs to be leading the discovery, not just kind of listening to the client say what they want in a website or an app or something like that. The obverse of that would be projects are chaotic when the discovery is disorganized. Like I just said, if you're not leading the discovery and the client is just saying, I want the app to look like this or do this, or here's 5 sites, basically take all the best parts of these sites. That's just kind of chaos. That's just noise. That's just kind of chaotic. You don't really know what the problem is. You don't know what the pinpoint problem, why you're developing an app or why you need a new login for a user to, register for whatever. Like, you don't know the reason behind that logic. So the project is not going to be well planned, and it's just going to be kind of chaotic, and it's going to be a lot of your designers not being super happy because they don't have clear goals. Good discovery that you're getting paid for helps you diagnose good clients versus bad clients. So this is really kind of what I'm talking about. So this may sound more businessy than it does for a user experience, from a user experience standpoint, but it is business. It's part of your, whether you're freelancing or whether you're a company or agency, like, it's part of the business. You offer this service. So everything from the get-go has to be right. So this will help you diagnose good clients versus bad clients. And I've seen everywhere from good to bad and in between, which I would just call neutral or don't really care clients. The discovery is going to say, I think this is a good fit, let's continue. Or it doesn't sound like this is a good fit, let me set you up with these 3 to 4 agencies or people that I think might be a good fit for you. So I think that good clients care about the process. You need to be explaining, again, leading the discovery. They want to fix the problem, so they've been able to vocalize a problem to you. They want to be involved with the problem. They don't want to just, we don't want to make you an order taker, but at the same time, they want to be involved with critique while letting you run the program. They want to invest in this, so money's not going to be too hard of a conversation, and they care about the functionality for the users. On the opposite side, bad clients, I think, care more about speed. They care a little bit more about profit. Like I just said, they make you an order taker. They want to spend as less money as possible, and they just want the functionality to be noticed. So that's kind of what I meant by take the best qualities of these 3 to 4 apps, because we offer the same thing, throw those together, give them a heart icon, whatever. Like, they just want the functionality, the flashiness to be more vocal than it would be the user's need to use it. So I think good clients are going to answer your research questions, which you need to have prepared, whether you have some kind of map or criteria, some kind of document that you go through in the discovery session. Bad clients are only going to care pretty much about the budget, right? So how much money and basically how long is it going to take, right? So they're going to care more about what do they have to sacrifice and give up versus what are my users going to get. So those are two completely different two completely different mindsets. If I just have to say, I have to do this versus I want to do this so that my users have a good experience. Not I have to spend money so that I can get a new app to do X, Y, and Z. So I think typically UX projects, in my experience, this is not exhaustive, are a website design of some sort or a refresh, an application design or some kind of pairing of the two, a software or program design, which can do certain things that maybe they can't do on their own, or some other interface design that integrates with the latter. Clients might first ask you, how long does it take to make this website or app? How much will a mobile or web app cost for that version? How many revisions of this program do I get? And that kind of falls into basically how many times can I email you to change stuff per month? So all of these things have to have procedures involved. Or can you make our interface look like X company, which I've said 3 or 4 times, and we get that a lot. So if you start answering those 2 questions, 2 things are going to happen. You become an order taker and clients become facilitators if you let that happen. They now have all of the power. I'm not saying they shouldn't have power, but you're just the waiter, or waitress. So before any work starts, you need to ask questions like, why do you think you need a new website? What problem will this mobile app solve that your current one can't? What does this program need to do that others can't? What problem do your users face with your current interface? So clearly, unless this company coming to you has just bukus of money, they're asking you for something specific. They need to explain to you why the current one doesn't work and why they need a new one. So I think you should gather and mirror the answers to understand the problem. So what I'm hearing you say is you need a website because yours is falling apart. It wasn't coded well. Maybe the previous agency or dev team didn't work. A major win for you would look like 30,000 more in profit or whatever. I don't know what kind of businesses y'all are working with, but just explain and mirror those answers back to them. So then the priority can be reversed, and instead of price, timeline, and functionality, we're more worried about functionality, then how long will it take, and then price for whatever kind of pricing structure you might use. So now you're asking and you're not answering. So if my team can create X that solves this problem, is that a major success? If my team can finish this project in this time, would that work for you? If my team can provide a proposal between X and Y price, is that going to fit within your project budget? So we want to be facilitators of the discovery, again, setting ourselves up for success, not for chaos. We don't want to be order takers, and that's what I feel like it can happen. We're just order takers. I don't want any of you to be order takers, just monotonously going through a task list or a ticket, to make something. We want to care about the client and the research. So I think good discovery has answered questions, clear goals, and visions. You can establish trust really well in good discovery, and then if discovery is good, you have clear goals and your designers are happy. I promise. Bad discovery is little to no project. They just decided to go with you. The budget works. They can pay whatever. I don't know what the vision is, and they're more worried about time. And then you have a team of unhappy designers because you're constantly saying, where are these pages? Where is this app mock-up? Why does the software break when you click whatever? I don't know. So I want to end on this, which is a quote from Michael Porter. The essence of strategy is choosing what not to do. So we have to figure out what we don't need. Otherwise, if we have unclear goals or the client says, use your best judgment or, just make whatever you think is best, well, that's too big of a sandbox. I can't navigate through all of that, in this little time. I need some kind of package to put this in. I feel like the discovery session is knowing what we don't need to do so that we're set up for success. So I think some good books to use with this strategy would be The Win Without Pitching Manifesto by Blair Ains. Explains why why we don't need to like so much harsh pitch our own ideas, but really just diagnose the problem. Of course, you guys know Start With Why, Simon Sinek. Brand Gap by Marty Neumer is like a fantastic kind of exegesis into why brands matter and how to do the work alongside the brand mission and goals. Pocket Full of Dough is a recent book talking about owning a design business and what that looks like. And then, of course, the Graphic Artists Guild Pricing and Ethical book is huge. It's about that thick. No, it's more like, it's more like that thick, which just kind of explains time, like how much time should I be doing on this project. So it could be useful, could not be. Thank UX you all for having me for this conference. I do a lot of my own graphic design work as well as my own freelance work. So if anyone is interested in having those links, I will give them to you. And thank you for listening.